orientation. Okay, where to begin? We'll do orientation first. My orientation is question mark. I've never been with men. I've only been with women. So that's that. But at the same time, starting T, it's opened my mind to new things, and it's something that I want to explore, I suppose. I do find men attractive more now than I did before starting T. Not necessarily something that the T did, but just my mind frame now is different than it was when I was identifying as a lesbian. I've always, you know, even pre-T, I've always been able to appreciate a good-looking guy. I've always said, hey, that's a good-looking guy, or he's cute, or whatever. But more so now, it's it's more like an attraction type of thing. Like, oh, he's cute. Like, he's really cute. I'd date him, or I'd do him, or whatever. As far as whether I'm a top or a bottom, that is undecided. I doubt I'd be a bottom. I wouldn't be a very good one. Um, it's just weird. It's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to think of, I guess you would say. Well, for me, it's weird to think of. It's weird to say this out loud to you. Yeah, you, right there. No, not you. You behind, yeah. With that being said, I feel confused on where I really am when it comes to that, because I do have a fiance, and I am with somebody now, and I am with a woman, so it's not necessarily means that I'm gonna leave her and go be with a man, but it is something that I might want to think about later on in life. Now, moving right along, labels. Labels are labels. Everybody, especially in the gay community, gay, lesbian community, man, there's so many labels, so many categories, like with lesbians, there's lipstick lesbians, there's butches, there's dykes, there's femme butch, there's soft butch, there's just a wide variety, and then with gay men, it's even crazier. There's jocks, twinks, bears, bear cubs, and there's the people that like leather and S&M, and there's crazy amount of labels. And with straight people, or heterosexuals, there's, just you're straight, boy like girl, so it's crazy, it's funny, and it's weird, but people use labels. I really don't know much about them. I know what they are, and as far as using them, not so much. I've been called everything under the sun throughout my life, even from my own family. So, I tend not to categorize people like that. I used to be very into labels, and I used to use them all the time when I identified as lesbian or butch, or I actually went by the label stud. It's mostly used in the black lesbian community or African American lesbian community. I don't want anybody to get all offended or anything. But a stud is a masculine or dominant lesbian, more manly than the average butch. But as far as like feminists and stuff like that, or femme butch or whatever, I never really touched those very much. One label that I will identify with, and I always have, and I've always gotten shit for it, but is metrosexual. I love that label. That's the only label that I really, really attach myself to, especially now. Um, Being on T, I've always been a very clean, smooth, and well-shaped and well-groomed individual, especially with my face and my hair. Um, and I've always been categorized as, oh, you're a pretty boy. You're a pretty boy. That's what you are. If you ever went to jail, man, they would love you. Stuff like that, like fucking dumbasses. Anyway, that is one label that I've always attached to, and I think I get it from my father. If I haven't gotten anything from my dad, I think I got that from my dad. And now being on T, it kind of amplifies it a lot because I am so metro. People perceive me as being a gay guy, and I don't know where people get that from. Yes, gay guys take care of themselves, but there's some gay guys out there that don't give a shit. Some gay guys out there that don't groom themselves and don't want to look nice. There's gay guys out there that are just, they don't care. They're like, whatever. And I've seen some slob gay guys too. So to take your appearance to a higher level than a normal average individual, more like, I guess I'm vain. I'm vain. I don't know about anybody else, and I don't know about any other metro people, but I am vain when it comes to grooming and the way I look and the way I look on the outside. And I can admit that. I've always admitted that. And I get that from my mother, because my mother can be that way. But that is one label that I've cling to. I always have. And if people say that I'm a gay guy, hey, I'm a gay guy. I really don't. I mean, people are gonna call you what they want to call you. People are gonna see you the way they want to see you. I've said it before, and when people look at me, it depends on who the person is and how their mind frame is, and how they see the world and how they see gender. And when some people see me as a man when I'm in public, and they automatically assume that I'm a man, and they categorize me as so. And with somebody else who has a more open mind and who is gender fluid, I suppose, they see me in a different light. So some of them see me as a female, and they see me as a butch, and they categorize me as so. Oh, that's a butch girl. Or they'll do a double take and be like, that's a guy. No, that's a girl, or whatever. I really don't have anything else to say. It kind of just gives me a headache thinking about all the labels, and nothing is simple these days. So, there's all this queer and, fluid, and I never really was into it or knew about it until I started T and started to get into that community. But at that, I'm still not very familiar with those type of things. I try to just chill. I'm just here. I'm not really, I don't really go by anything certain. I'm what you want to think I am. If that's what you think I am, then that's what I am. Whatever. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful with the topic. I really don't have much to say. It's a weird topic, and it really, really hits home if you're infused in that community. The people with the labels and stuff like that. If you really utilize them and you really go by them. It's really the only people that can really talk about them. But other than that, I'll see you next Wednesday. I will have better things to say for the fashion show, because I am a fashionista. I love fashion, and I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, see you guys next week. Peace out.